Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have fabulous news. This should be the very last video filmed on my phone because tomorrow is the expected delivery date of my new camera battery and charger so we can go back to the DSLR quality. Thank you so much if you stuck with me for the last 2 weeks, I think. The shipping is taking a little bit longer than I had thought, but we should be back in business. But I did want to film this video today specifically because on my phone I actually have the ability to hold products up to you guys, and you guys can get a little closer view without me having to manually refocus, hold it up, put it down, refocus on my face. Like, it just takes a really long time for me to do that. So today, the last video with this quality is going to be my project pan update. I've been doing the 18 in 2018 project pan this year. I have realized that these really long project pans with a ton of products is really not for me. I will be doing more panning videos in the new year, but right now I'm really overwhelmed with the products that I have. So I will be doing something a little bit different in the new year. I won't be doing like a 19 in 2019 or anything like that. It's not really relevant to this particular video, but I'm going to try and get through this relatively quickly because y'all know that I can ramble on forever. I'm going to start off with the most recent updates. Then I will go into like a recap, and then I'll give you progress on things I have not yet finished. So as of my last update, I kicked out of my project this CoverGirl Liquiline Blast eyeliner. I just wasn't using it very much. Like, my markings are literally on top of each other, and I realized that I've had this since high school, which is absolutely disgusting. I'm surprised I'm not blind or something. I graduated high school 6.5 years ago, and I had this like before graduation, so older than that. And you're supposed to only keep your eyeliners for about 6 months to a year be pushing it. So I was grossed out. I kicked this out. It's not very black. It wasn't a good eyeliner to begin with, so this is used up for my project. And the second product that I used up, which I knew I'd be able to, but it was still exciting, is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. At the beginning of the project in January, we had about 1/3 of the bottle left, and then I made significant progress each month, and then I finished it August 21st. So I finished it about a month ago. This is a product that I will be repurchasing in the future, probably in the fall VIB sale. This is just an essential product for me. I'm definitely missing it in my routine, but it's allowing me to use up other products. So I'm glad this is gone. A quick recap on products that I had used up previously. I used up this lip balm in February. This is from Melaleuca, which is a membership only natural wellness type of company that I used to be a member of. I'm not anymore, but they have one of the best lip balms. If anybody sells it around me, I might order some from them, but I won't be signing up again right away, at least. I finished off my Kat Von D tattoo liner. I finished this in late January. Won't be repurchasing. I'll leave that there. Throw it on the ground. I finished the ABH Clear Brow Gel also in February. This is a little baby size. This is Stronghold hairspray for your brows. If you have unruly brows like I do, which I just got them waxed yesterday, I'm sure you're thanking me because they were getting wild, but I was trying to grow them out, and it's really hard once you've gone a little thin with your brows to grow them out to be a little thicker. I like a full brow, but they were getting a little out of control, but a brow gel like this is definitely what you need. I'm currently in the process of testing a few more brow gels because this is quite pricey. I believe it's like $24 for the full size, and for someone like me that goes through brow gel, I'm trying to find a budget alternative, but this is a great product. I'm missing my bin every time I try and toss things down. And I also finished the ABH Brow Wiz in late May. This is Holy Grail Brow Status. This is my favorite brow pencil. It's really expensive. I really wanted to repurchase it in the Sephora Beauty Appreciation sale, but I'm going to wait for the 20% off in the fall. And I'm trying to use up some of my other brow pencils because when I have this on hand, it's all I want to use. Okay, now let's go through what I have yet to finish. I'm going to go kind of in a random order. First up, I have this Wet n Wild Mega Eyes Shadow Duo in the shade, I can never remember what this is called, Diva Duo 388. This is another product that I realized how old it was. I've had it since high school. The eyeshadows are not pigmented. I am forcing myself to use it and hate my eye look every time I do use it. I did hit pan in this copper shade here. There's a huge dent in that gold shade. Can you see how deep that goes? I'm probably days away from hitting pan, but like I said, I've had this since high school, and that's absolutely disgusting. Like, it's getting kicked out. As of now, it's kicked out. So I wrote down kicked out in September. Next up, I have this Model Co blush in the shade Peach Bellini. I have been using this. I just dug my finger in it. Crap, I almost swore. Okay, well, that helped my progress a little bit. I use this multiple times a week, and my brush is pretty big in there, so maybe that's why I'm not hitting pan right in the center. I'm not sure if you can tell. You can see a little bit of pan here on the edges. So I believe it is going down, but like there's not even a dent. This blush is super pigmented. Now it's all over my fingers. Let's see if I can get a swatch out of that mess. It's obviously what I have on my cheeks today. It's like a more intense NARS Orgasm. It's that peachy pink with the gold sheen to it. I'm really sorry if you can hear Wyatt crying in the background. He is overtired and won't have a nap, but is cranky because he's tired. Baby logic just doesn't make that much sense. Anyways, next up, I have the L'Oreal True Match Powder. I have mine in the shade W2. I'm happy to report I've hit major pan. In my last update, there was a little dot of pan, and now you can start to see that second ring in there. The dip is quite considerable. I'm not sure how well you can see the layers, but that second ring is about to be shown in full here, probably in the next day or so. I really do like this powder. I'm happy to be using it up because I believe this is the oldest powder I have in my collection. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how confident I am that I'm going to be able to finish this by the end of the year. I'm not too heavy-handed when it comes to powder, but I'm really happy with the progress I've made. The goal for this was to use it up, but I'm happy with this, like I've said 3 times, and I will obviously continue to use it. Next up, I have the Revlon ColorStay foundation for combo to oily skin. It kind of tipped over in my bin here. These are the markings from January, April, and July. I do need to put a new marking in it, but it's been pretty consistent progress. I'm down to about here, that second line in the drug facts chart, like right here. Again, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use this up. It is much too light for me right now, so I've been using it as a mixer because my tan is fading. So my darkest foundations are too dark and this is too light, so I've been kind of making sure I get use out of both, but that has slowed my progress down considerably, so I might still be able to use it up in its entirety, but this does expire in December as well. So at the end of this project, it will be going in the trash, whether it's completely used up or not. I have 2 sample sizes here that I swear every time I use it, it's the end of it. And these are the Benefit Porefessional and the Urban Decay Primer Potion. And both of them, this I have to squeeze so hard to get anything out of. This part is almost empty too. Like, you know when you get to the last of the toothpaste and you're like pushing it and pushing it from this side and then pushing it from this side? That's what I'm doing. So by the next update, this better be gone. And this is kind of the same thing, although I think a lot of product is stuck here in like the creases because they're still pretty squishy, but I can't seem to get a lot out of this. So I believe that this will be done too. So that's two products that I'm really confident that I will be able to use up. This product I've been making really slow progress on. There's no way I'm going to use it up. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind concealer, but this is in the brightener shade. It's not an actual like skin tone concealer shade. I will swatch it. As you can see, it has a pretty heavy pink undertone. Maybe if you have super cool tones, this could be used as a concealer, but for me it really is just color correcting dark circles, which I target right here. I do get really dark like on either side of my nose, and sometimes I put it around the edges of my mouth. I have a little bit of darkness there as well, but you need such little amount, so I don't think I'm going to be able to use this up, that's for sure. Again, I need to mark my progress, but it's been pretty consistent. I'm about here, so like half a centimeter below where it was, and that's been pretty consistent with the progress I've made throughout the year. This is the Maybelline Color Tattoo Leather in the shade 80 Creamy Beige. This is really dried out. I'm continuing to use it, but it is becoming a major struggle, but there is a huge dent in there. It's really hard to tell depth on the camera, but I must be close to the bottom. But you can see like over here, it's pulling away from the edge of the jar. Like it is dry. I'm surprised it doesn't fall out when you tip it. I was considering putting eye drops in it, but honestly, when a cream like this that's been open and closed so many times for so many years, I really don't want to extend the life of it more than that, because I can only imagine the bacteria that's in here. So once it's almost impossible for me to get anything out of here, it will be kicked out of the project as well. This is the Revlon HD Lip Lacquer in the shade Smoky Topaz. I hate this product, you guys. I keep trying to use it. I am down to about here. It doesn't settle very well at all, but I saw a moment ago it's down to, yeah, about here. I have been using it quite a bit. It's just so thick. Like, do you see that? It's thick, it's sticky, it has a gross brush tip applicator, like, and it has a gross smell, but it's not like a went bad smell. Like, it has smelled like this since I bought it, and I really hate it. I will continue using it. I know a lot of panners are like, I hate this product so much, it's going right in the trash, but I do want to use it some more. It has a pretty effect. Actually, I'll apply some. Ooh, just so you can see. It's just so thick. Yeah, this won't be used up, like the tube won't be empty, but it will be going in the garbage after this project. All right, guys, intermission complete. I needed to empty out my phone because it got too full. I have only 3 products left, 2 of which I don't even know if I'm going to meet my goal on. With these 2 products, my goal is to just hit pan. The first is the Body Shop Honey Bronzer. I have mine in the shade 2 Fair Matte, and this is just way too light for me right now. So I can't even use it. I've been using it kind of in my crease every once in a while, but even that's a pain. I'll swatch it on my hand. It's here. Like, it's way too light on my tan, but in the summer, I'm super fair, like the lightest shade of foundation fair, and that is when this works best for me. And I have worn down the honeycomb pattern right in the middle, but there's not really a dent to speak of. I don't know, and I don't know how deep the pan is, but there seems to be a lot of product in here. It says 11 grams, which I thought was, you know, pretty standard, but I haven't been using it much in the last few months, so there's really been no change since my last update. The other product that is the same, but I use this a ton, it's the highlight I have on today. This is the Physicians Formula Pearls in Beige Pearl, and I love this highlighter. It's really natural, but it can be built up. Like, you can definitely tell I have highlighter on. And it's just a great undertone for my skin tone. It has a more neutral beige type of undertone, and I think is really beautiful. but like I can't ever see any progress. It does have these bumps, and the bumps are worn down in the center, but like not that much. Can you guys see any difference? I don't understand. How do people go through products like this? I am struggling so much, which I think is part of why I'm sucking at panning, and I'm just getting really discouraged basically. And I did pick like the powder products, especially the bronzer, blush, and highlight, I knew would be a challenge, but I thought I could for sure hit pan on one in a year. Like I keep them in my everyday makeup drawer. I use them multiple times a week. Like, how do people use up products? Lastly, this is the Rimmel Kate Moss lipstick in 08. This is a great everyday lipstick. It has definitely flattened out a ton since my last update. At my last update, it still had like a significant slant, like when you buy lipsticks. I wish my editing software allowed me to put in pictures, but it doesn't. That is probably one of my next purchases. I can't decide if I want to get a ring light or an editing software next, now that I have my DSLR. Although again, today we're on shitty Samsung phone quality. But this was my markings. I haven't marked it again, but as you can see from April to July, it didn't change at all. Let's see. I had the plastic flush there. It is down just the tiniest bit, but there's progress, and that's all that matters. With lipstick, I just like having a different lip on almost every day, but this is a great like throw in your purse and slap on type of lipstick. Or even if I'm wearing a liquid lipstick nude and I didn't want a gloss, or I didn't bring a gloss with me, this is a more moisturizing formula. So I will, if things are getting a little dry or it looks like they need to be reapplied, I find it easier to go over top of it with this rather than trying to layer a liquid lipstick on top of itself. Then things start to look a little cracky and dry. So that's my update for the end of September for my project. The last update and the finale will be either end of December, early January. There are a ton of like year-end videos for both of my channels, so I'm not sure like at what speed I can be putting those out. So keep an eye out for that. I still have 11 of my 18 products to either use up or hit pan on depending on my goals, and I have 3 months left to do it. I'm not really sure if I'm really discouraged. That's kind of where I'm at. Like I said, next year I will definitely be doing something different. Let me know in the comments down below. How are you doing on your project? Do you have any tips for me? I swear I'm using the products. Maybe I'm just too light-handed. I'm not really sure. Maybe I need to pick out better products next year. More evenly with like half done or easy to use up with harder ones, because now I'm kind of left with the ones that are harder to use up, which of course like we're 3/4 of the way through the year, but now I'm getting really discouraged because of that, if that makes sense. Please do give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video with better quality. Bye!